Happy day, air signs. This is your weekly reading for the week of June 18th through June 24th. Thank you so much for being here, for being present with me. I always appreciate the love and support that you all pour into me as you are receiving what it is that Spirit would have for you to receive from these weekly readings. Okay, air signs, I can feel you all, okay, in the solar plexus energy center. And so we're looking at where and how are you being asked to exert your willpower? Where and how are you being asked to exert, to integrate self-determination? All right. And so let's get into it. The oracle card that I have here for you is Memories of Love. Memories of love, okay? Memories of love. So this week, ooh, wow, this is some inner child healing work, okay? Inner child stuff going on here, air signs, because what I'm hearing, okay, as far as the memories of love is concerned, what I'm hearing is that Spirit is asking you to reflect on your childhood, okay, your adolescence, and really go into those spaces and identify, okay, memories that will show you, that will reveal to you the ways in which you effortlessly exerted your willpower, okay, the ways in which you effortlessly exerted your self-determination, okay? So when we're looking at memories of love, air signs, we're not really looking at memories of love as far as loved ones who have passed on are concerned. We're looking at memories of love that have everything to do with your self, okay, your inner child self. So you really going back into your childhood, again, adolescence, and reflecting on these memories so that they can show you the ways in which you were just effortlessly loving yourself, okay? Before your mind, before your heart, before your spirit became overwhelmed with thoughts and opinions from everybody else, or with experiences that were painful, okay? So it's really tapping back into your childhood, tapping into your inner child and asking your inner child to show you the ways in which you exerted your willpower and self-determination so that you can integrate that energy into your life today, in the now moment, in the present moment, okay? So when we're looking at memories of love, it's you reconnecting with your inner child and just watching yourself thrive in love as a child and adopting that energy, allowing that energy to be the energy that you ground into today, okay? It doesn't mean you go back and you try to be your child self. It just means you reconnect with the ease of being, okay? We have the Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords, okay? Giving up, letting go, surrendering, moving on, okay? That's the energy here with the Ten of Swords, is surrendering, letting go, giving up, moving on, laying it down, okay? Laying it down. So whatever, air signs, whatever it is that is distracting you from exerting your willpower, whatever it is that you're holding on to that has you in this space of believing that you don't have the will to go on, or you aren't strong, or you lack what it is you need to move on. Spirit is asking you to lay it down, okay? Because it's all lies. And this is why reconnecting Okay, going back into this space with your inner child, this Ten of Swords is why that's important. Because your inner child will be able to, when you do the inner child work, when you reconnect with your inner child will be able to show you what's true about yourself. Right now, you're holding on to lies, false beliefs, okay, narratives that don't really align with the truth of who you are, and you're being asked to surrender those stories and those narratives because they are keeping you in separation from this abundant life that's available to you. Okay, and so going back into your childhood, doing the inner child work, and really reconnecting with your child self, with those moments in time when your child self was just effortlessly thriving. Okay, reconnecting with your child self in that way will show you what is the truth. Okay, so it's important for you to step into that space. It's important for you to reflect. It's important for you to overlook the worst parts, okay? Because you focusing your energy and attention on the worst parts of your childhood is what's keeping you separated from the truth. So Spirit is asking you to surrender. Surrender and let go of these untruths, and you do that by stepping back into your inner child's world so that your inner child can show you, hey, this is what's really true about us. This is what's really true about us. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay, we have the Five of Cups. So air signs, with the Five of Cups, what we're looking at, okay, and I feel like what I just spoke to, where your energy and attention, and yeah, that's what the Five of Cups is really speaking to, is how your energy and attention is so focused on the worst parts of it all, that you see how these cups are like spilled over, and then you see how these are still upright and they're full. So when you focus on the worst parts of it all, you miss out on the fact that it was still goodness present. Okay, and even right now in the present moment, because you're holding on to the worst parts of it all, you're missing out on allowing the goodness and the love to fuel you. Okay, you're missing out on yeah, because you're focused on the worst parts, because your energy and attention is so focused on the worst parts of it all. You're missing out on being available to the goodness that is available to you in the now. You're missing out on nurturing, because what happens is when you're so focused on the worst of it all, you end up projecting out onto the world around you. And so then you miss out, or you sabotage, you sabotage the goodness that's available to you in the now, because your mind is so fixated on what's old, which is, again, surrendering. Surrender the past. Surrender your attachment to the past. Surrender. It's not even about surrendering your attachment to the past. It's about surrendering this attachment that you have to, it's about surrendering this. It's not attachment. It's about surrendering the tendency that you have to allow the past to define life as a whole for you. Okay, so the issue for you, air signs, is that you look back on the past and you only see the worst parts of it, and you allow the worst parts of the past to define life as a whole for you. And Spirit is saying, we need you to let go of that pattern. Because even though you've experienced the spilled cups, right? Even though you have experienced the despair, even though you have experienced the hard times, there's still so much goodness available to you, but you're overlooking it. And Spirit is trying to wake you up. So right now, air signs, if you're experiencing a little bit of, like mentally and emotionally, or even in your external world, you're experiencing a little bit of things just being shaken up, like that's very purposeful, because Spirit is trying to get you to step outside of this old system that you've been living in, okay? And so that you can step into a new reality, so that consciousness can express itself through you in a new way. And then we have the Five of Coins. What is really going on, air signs? Lots of despair, lots of misery, lots of woe is me right now, air signs. Lots of woe is me energy, and just feeling as if, man, you were overlooked, and just feeling as if, why me? I'm hearing the question, why me? Why me? Why me? I'm hearing that come up. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups, we have the Five of Coins. 5 plus 5 equals 10, because we have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so Spirit is calling you into transformation. Like everything that's happening, everything that's unfolding right now for you, air signs, is unfolding. It's all happening for your good. Can you take on the perspective that says, this is happening for my good? This is happening for the process of my evolution. This is happening for the process of my expansion. Okay, because it's all happening for your good. It's all coming together for your good. But as long as you're focused on the heartache of it all, as long as you're focused on the despair, as long as you continue to allow yourself to be miserable, then that's where you'll remain. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups, where we have those spilled cups, but then we have the 2 cups that are still upright, probably still have something in them. And then we have the Five of Coins, where we have this like feeling desperate and feeling, you know, despair, feeling miserable, feeling as if there are no solutions available. And then we have this window full of light over here that's shining on them, but they're not looking up to it. They're not seeing it. So Spirit is saying, air signs, why aren't you looking to the light? Why aren't you looking to the light? Why aren't you looking to the light and allowing the light to guide you and lead you? That's the question that's coming through. Why aren't you looking to the light? Okay, this is the other reason why Memories of Love is here. Because Spirit is saying, listen, yes, when we experience when we have painful experiences, it's so easy to allow ourselves to be overcome, to be overwhelmed by the shadow, by the darkness of it all. But Spirit is saying, if you want to overcome, then you have to look to the memories of love. You have to look to the light. You have to allow the light to guide you. Okay? You have to allow the light to guide you. Again, 5 of Coins. We have this light and they're not looking to it. And Spirit is saying to you, air signs, listen, look to the light. Because there's 2 sides to every coin. There's 2 sides to every coin. Okay? You have to remember that there's 2 sides to every coin, and you're only looking at the one side of it. You're only looking at the one side of it, air signs. And Spirit is asking, is letting you know, in order for you to heal, in order for you to truly thrive in the way that you're being called to, you'll need to shift perspectives. You'll need to look at the contrast. Okay? So, air signs, this week you're moving through, I can hear you're moving through blame. Okay? I can hear that you're moving through, again, this woe is me attitude and mindset. Okay? So, in those moments when you feel woe is me, that's where you want to exert your willpower, right? That's where you want to speak. You want to notice and you want to observe that, convert that internal dialogue, that conversation, and you want to exert your willpower. That's when you want to speak life over yourself. I see you. That's when you want to step in and you want to say, okay, I see this pattern of woe is me. How can I shift this on my behalf? That's when you pray, air signs. That's when you pray and you ask Spirit, you ask God, how can I shift this on my behalf? What can I speak over myself in this moment to shift this on my behalf? So I'm seeing you moving through that energy, that woe is me energy. I'm seeing you move through the misery. I'm also seeing you ground into prayer. Prayer is going to be key throughout this week for you, okay? Surrendering, really asking, not asking God for things, not asking God for miracles, because you are the miracle. And God is wanting to show you that you are the miracle, right? It's praying, and like I said, and asking, what can I do? What can I speak over myself in order to shift through this energetic experience that I'm having, in order for me to shift through this mental and emotional distress that I'm feeling and experiencing? Stop trying to be in control, air signs. Stop trying to be in control. Stop trying to have it your way and pray and ask for the way to be revealed to you. Okay? Gemini, your clarifying card is Temperance. Your clarifying card is Temperance. And I'm just hearing, don't rush, Gemini. Don't rush. If you've been rushing over the last few months, you may be experiencing the slowdown. Receive that. Receive that, Gemini. Okay? In order for you to move through this energy that we've been talking about, you have to slow down. You have to slow down, Gemini. Okay? It can't always, I'm hearing it can't always be party, party, party with you. Okay? And that doesn't mean you're like constantly partying. Okay? For me, what that is a sign to me, that's a sign of distracting yourself, right? It's not about you necessarily going to all kinds of parties. That could be a sign, or that could be just speaking to this tendency that you have, Gemini, to distract yourself from yourself, right? And so Temperance is asking you not to rush. The Temperance card is coming through, just asking you if things are slowing down, if you're feeling a little bored. Spirit is saying, don't fill up that space with meaningless activity. Fill that space up with rituals that support you moving forward on the path that you truly desire to go, right? Fill that space with rituals. Fill that space with intimate time with yourself. Okay? Aquarius, your clarifying card is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands. So we have forward motion, okay? We have forward motion, Aquarius. We have movement forward and forward motion. Aquarius, in last week's reading for you, we really spoke to this idea that you're really needing to tune in to your spiritual, energetic, emotional, mental bodies. Like, there was this message that you do well materially, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you're struggling. Energetically, you're struggling. And so with the Eight of Wands, what I'm hearing with the Eight of Wands, Aquarius, is I feel like a part of what defines your life. So remember, I was talking about you allowing the past to define the whole of life for you. And what I'm hearing is that there's this grief, okay, Aquarius, there's this grief that you've been holding on to, and that you've been allowing to define your life. So this constant movement and busyness and always having to be on the go, Aquarius, is because you've been you've been under the impression that if you don't move in that way, life will pass you by. Okay? And the Eight of Wands is asking you to move on from that mindset because it's not serving you anymore. It's not serving you anymore. And Aquarius, I feel like you are very much aware in your body. Like, I feel like physically your body is tired, and your body may have over the last few weeks been asking you to really slow down and rest. Listen to that. Listen to that. If your body, Aquarius, is asking you to slow down and rest, listen to that. Because what's happening is your spirit is trying to help you release through rest this old mindset so that you can move forward, so that you can experience something new. Okay? So give yourself permission to rest, Aquarius. Libra, your clarifying card is the Ten of Cups. Your clarifying card, Libra, is the Ten of Cups. And when we're looking at the Ten of Cups, we're looking at togetherness, we're looking at relationships, we're looking at support, we're looking at teamwork, okay? We're looking at home life, okay? And so for you, Libra, that message of allowing the worst parts of the past to define the present moment for you, that was Ten of Cups. That's Ten of Cups energy, okay? You can't enjoy this energy of thriving and abundance in relationships in your home life because you're allowing the past to define the present moment for you. And it may not be a conscious thing that you're doing, but subconsciously you're holding on. There are programs within your subconscious mind that are defining the whole of life for you. And so if you find yourself constantly in battles with other people or even with yourself, it's because you need to shift your perspective. It's because you need to let go of the past. You can experience abundant relationships. You can experience healthy, harmonious, supportive relationships, but it's up to you. Okay, you have to shift what it is that you're expecting from other people, because if you aren't giving what you want to yourself, you're not gonna be able to receive it from other people. You have to be pouring into yourself, Libra. You have to be filling your own cup. You can't expect, Libra, you cannot expect other people to fill your cup for you. When you were younger, I feel like you may have gone without having your cup filled, right? As a child, perhaps your parents were not aware of how to fill your cup, because maybe that wasn't something that they experienced or learned how to do. And so now the Ten of Cups is coming through, and the Ten of Cups is saying, listen, you have to start to fill your own cup. If you want to experience these harmonious, balanced, fruitful relationships, you have to start to fill your own cup. You have to start to fill your own cup, Libra. You can't expect other people to do that for you. This is why that conversation of going back and doing the inner child work, going back into your childhood and reflecting on how were you when you were a child, right? Children thrive on their own. Let's just, first of all, let's identify that. Let's talk about that, how children thrive on their own. Do we need, as children, do we need parents? Do we need guardians to pour into us? Yes, but children also do a great job at thriving on their own. They're creative, they're imaginative, okay? They're independent. So how did you pour into yourself as a child, Libra? Spirit is saying reconnect with some of those ways that you poured into yourself as a child and start to do that now in your adulthood. And maybe and identify, how can you do that for yourself today? What can I do for myself today? How can I fill my cup today? Right? Be creative, incorporate play. You don't have to be so busy all the time, Libra. You don't have to be so distracted all the time. You don't have to be outside all the time. You can come inside and find ways to be creative and find ways to love on yourself in your own space, okay? So the message for you, Libra, is to fill your own cup, to take out some time to fill your own cup so that you can experience harmonious, abundant, fruitful, balanced relationships. Because right now, you're not experiencing this. Right now, it seems like relationships are falling apart, okay? That's the overall energy that I get for Libras, is that it could feel like, you know, arguments are unfolding, or, you know, relationships could be ending for a lot of Libras. And it's because Libras, you have to do better at filling your own cup. So, air signs, this was your weekly reading for the week of June 18th through June 24th. If you have any thoughts, make sure you leave them in the comments. I would like to invite you to join me for the next group session, which is next Thursday, the following Thursday of this week, okay, which is, I want to say, why am I missing? Okay, June 22nd. June 22nd is the date for the next group meditation. I want to invite you to join me for that. You can sign up by clicking the link in the description. If you want to work with me on one-on-one, you can also use the link in the description box to book an appointment. I appreciate y'all for being here. Always, always. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see y'all next time.